Chapter 1 Introduction. The country that we choose for this group project is the United States of America. The USA, often known as US America, is a North American country. This country has a mixed economy. It works in keeping with a monetary device that capabilities trait of each capitalism and socialism. A mixed economic system has factor of unfastened market and centrally deliberate monetary controls through the government. There are numerous exclusive approaches. Marketplace economies are modified in a combined economy. Government would possibly region regulatory regulation on voluntary transaction within the non-public marketplace. Private institution would possibly require government-granted license to carry out positive sports. This is Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., aka Joseph Biden, who is the 46th American politician and current President of the United States. A member of the Democratic Party, he served as the 47th Vice President from 2009 to 2017 under Barack Obama and represented Delaware in the United States Senate from 1973 to 2009. There are many types of natural resources in this world, but there are three that can be found in the United States, which is metals and minerals, timber forests, and agriculture. There are four main sectors in the American economy. First is government, is to provide the structure to society. Second is for profit or business, which is primarily concerned with producing a profit. Third, non-profit or independent, only concerned with breaking even in their operation, not earning a profit. Household or family, the well-being of household members. The firm that we choose in the United States is Apple Incorporation. Apple Incorporation is an American multinational technology company that specializes in consumer electronics, computer software, and online services. Since January 1984, Apple Incorporated, formerly known as Apple Incorporated, has created, manufactured, and sold the Macintosh computer. Apple Company produced its product to improve the technology in the world with extra advantages that have been seen this day. A lot of improvement in technology is born today after Apple Company created their software, which is iOS that has been updated from time to time. Apple CEO Tim Cook said in the press release, "This quarter reflects both the enduring ways our products have helped our users this moment in their own life, as well as the optimism consumers seems to feel about better days ahead for all of us."
Market equilibrium. What is demand? Demand can be defined as the ability and willingness from buyer to buy specific quantity of goods in each period at a particular price. While supply is the ability and willingness of producer to sell or produce at a particular service in each period at a particular price. Apple is a company that sell and produce electronic devices such as handphone, MacBook, iPad, iPod, smartwatch, and others. But today, I'm gonna talk about the iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Pro Max. The popularity of iPhone. iPhone keeps on contending well. One is dispatch new brands or new model of its cell phones. Apple, as a rule record, requires increments of around 7.2% every month for around 4 months. The organization keeps up with its exorbitant cost for its item, and even though it endeavors to build the inventory of the item, the stock keeps on missing the mark concerning the interest for the items. The organization participates in broad showcasing and advancement drive before it dispatches new items on the lookout. After it dispatches the items, it ordinarily accentuates the way the item addresses the issue of the shoppers to impact proceed with development in the interest for the item. Graph of demand and supply. As we can see from the graph, the quantity and the price show the supply and the demand of iPhone 13. Market equilibrium is achieved where the demand and the quantity of supply is equal. It is a situation where the buyers are willing to purchase goods and services and sellers are willing to sell the same goods and services at a given price. Based on the diagram, the equilibrium price is Ringgit Malaysia 3,600 per unit and the equilibrium quantity is 14 million per day. If the price is below the equilibrium price, it is called as shortage. What is shortage? Shortage occurs when the demand is greater than the supply, while when the price is above the equilibrium, it is called as the surplus. Surplus occurs when the quantity supply is greater than the quantity demand. In conclusion, we can tell that iPhone or smartphone that produced by Apple company is considered as luxury stuff, and the price is quite expensive for V40 people or normal people with the less salary expenses. Government intervention in Apple. Apple motto is the debate over Apple taxes is not about how much we owe, but where we owe it. Apple also pay property taxes, payroll taxes, sales taxes, and value-added taxes. Much of the price in Apple merchandise is for sure created within the United States, in which we do our design, development, engineering, paintings, and lots more. So the bulk of our taxes are owed to the US.
Chapter 3, it's about production and cost. The definition of production. Production is defined as a process by which are combined, transforms, and turned into output. The factor of production specifically, factors of production relate to the product input that are used in manufacturing goods and service. The primary factor that influence the production of iPhones are land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. So there are two types of input, such as fixed input and variable input. The fixed input, the quantity does not change, while variable input, the quantity change. All of the input very depends on technology nowadays to provide very high quality of iPhones. The components that have on product also export from the others country to compensate for the excellent technology. We have 5 fixed inputs such as land. The land is used to get the source such as gold and silver and platinum. Secondly, the factory and manufacture. The components are manufactured by Foxconn and Pegatron in Taiwan. The third is building, headquarters of Apple that named as Apple Park in Cupertino, California. Third, machinery. Mostly the machine is complete the final part of product. Lastly is tools. The tools is really need human skills to prevent any damage that received from the machines. And then we proceed to the variable input. First thing first is labor. Labor is important to provide very high quality product. Secondly, the entrepreneur. Steve Jobs is the CEO, Chief Executive Officer, who started the Apple Inc. company. Thirdly is battery. The quality of battery increasing when the new type of iPhone were released. Third, the camera. Quality of camera always change when the new type of iPhone released. The 5 is software update. The software will be update the internal to improve the iPhones and provide more interesting themes in the iPhones. So we can see the production graph and cost graph. We can see they are increasing year by year for the production and cost, and also the cost graph.
Market structure.
Oligopoly is a market structure with a small number of companies, neither of which can prevent the other from exerting significant influence. The determination of price and quantity in an oligopoly depends on the determination of competitors, which is defined as interdependence. These interdependence characteristics distinguish this market structure from other market structures. Apple company use an oligopoly market structure for their phone products because there are only a few manufacturers. There are only 2 competitors of Apple, which are Microsoft and Android. Types of market structure. Apple's phone, which is the iPhone, use an oligopoly market structure. Oligopoly happens when there is an imperfect competition where there are only a few firms are producing the same types of products. Under an oligopoly, decisions on price and quantity are influenced by rival firms' decisions, which is referred to as mutual interdependence. It creates barriers to entry for new firms, and only a few firms compete. Although there are many rivals, demand for iPhone is price inelastic. This is because of the high brand loyalty that Apple has been able to create. Few but large types of phones that are produced by a company which is Apple, Microsoft, and Android. Android, Samsung, Xiaomi, and Oppo. Apple itself can control the power of the entire market. The advantages of Apple are only Apple product can use their logo, for example, iPhone, iPad, and MacBook. While Android, other phones can still use their program. That's why the demand of Apple product is high. Barriers to entry. The first one is large consumer base, making it hard for other companies to get customers to switch products. Next is people who buy Apple items are more likely to buy them again because they have faith in the product. The third one is cost. By the large amount of money, it will be completely switched brands. And the last one is Apple ties all its products together through application. Apple's differentiation, charging a greater price for its products. The firm also piques consumer interest by building a hype before product release, using creative marketing and distribution tactics. The competitors. The iPhone is one of Apple's most important products. In 2021, Apple's smartphone market share was 14%, but Samsung controls 20% of the global market. Xiaomi, Vivo, and Oppo is the example of main brand as competitors for Apple's products.
So, for the conclusion of this report, we can conclude that Apple sells electronic gadgets such as handphone, MacBook, iPad, smartwatch, and other. The company was located in United States. United States have natural resources such as metal and minerals that Apple can use to make their product. United States is one of the countries with mixed economic system. Mixed economic system is the combination of free market and common economy. Apple is an oligopoly market structure where there are only small number of companies, neither of which can prevent the other from exerting significant influence. The fixed input that used by the Apple are land, factory, building, machine, and tools, while the variable input are labor, entrepreneur, battery, camera, and software update. Apple has many competitors such as Samsung, Xiaomi, and Android, but still, Apple managed to be one of the largest companies that produce electronic gadgets in the whole world.